The last dance of the Moonlit Daughters. In the remote village of Nkata, hidden among the ancient hills and dense forests, there was a tradition passed down through generations. The Moonlit Daughters. Chosen at birth, these young women were destined to serve their community as sacred protectors, their lives bound to the dance that took place under the full moon. The villagers believed that as long as the Moonlit Daughters performed their sacred dance, the curse of famine, sickness, and chaos would be kept at bay. The bond between the Moonlit Daughters were unlike any other. They were more than sisters. They were bound by an invisible thread, woven through years of shared sacrifice and whispered secrets. From a young age, they were trained in the art of the dance, learning the steps, the chants, and the ancient stories passed down from their foremothers. They were the heart of Nkata, and yet their lives were not their own. The tradition was unyielding. No moonlit daughter could marry, bear children, or even entertain the thought of love until she turned 35. They were to serve the village, their bodies and hearts pledged to the full moon, to the dance, to the protection of their people, and when the time came, they could then choose their own path. But until that age, they were forbidden to know the love of a man, to experience the joy of family. One fateful evening, as the moon rose high above the village, the air thick with anticipation, the Moonlit Daughters gathered to perform their sacred dance. The drums echoed through the square, reverberating through the hearts of the villagers. But amidst the gathering, a shadow fell over the square. Amara, one of the brightest and most graceful of the Moonlit Daughters, was missing. Others tried to continue, but their movements faltered, their hearts sinking in unison. Elder Priest Nwoko stepped forward, his voice heavy with dread. "The balance has been disrupted. The curse, it will awaken." Panic rippled through the crowd as the villagers realized something was terribly wrong. Adaeze, Amara's closest friend and the one who shared the deepest bond with her, refused to believe she had simply run away. "Amara would never abandon us," Adaeze whispered, her heart pounding in her chest. She couldn't fathom her friend leaving the village, especially in the midst of the sacred ritual. Adaeze spoke with the other Moonlit Daughters, and one by one, they revealed disturbing details. Amara had been having strange dreams, dreams of a shadowy figure calling her name, pulling her towards the forest. In these dreams, a crescent moon symbol would appear, glowing with a menacing light. Amara had also found strange markings outside her home, a crescent moon crossed by a jagged line, a symbol she didn't understand, but feared nonetheless. Determined to uncover the truth, Adaeze ventured into the forest alone, guided by the whispers of the wind and the moonlight that bathed the trees in silver. It wasn't long before she stumbled upon an ancient stone circle, hidden deep within the forest. There, lying in the center, was Amara's anklet, the symbol of her role as a Moonlit Daughter. Surrounding it were crescent moon symbols, glowing faintly in the light of the full moon. As Adaeze bent down to retrieve the anklet, a cold wind swept through the clearing, and the voice echoed through the trees. "Leave, or suffer the same fate." Adaeze's heart raced, but she stood her ground. She had to save her friend, no matter the cost. From the shadows emerged a cloaked figure, its eyes glowing like twin embers. "I am the guardian of this land," the figure said, its voice both ancient and filled with sorrow. "The Moonlit Daughters are not mere dancers. They are part of a pact made long ago before your village was founded. In exchange for protection of this land, one dancer must be claimed each generation. Amara was chosen." Adaeze's heart shattered as the guardian explained the truth. Amara had willingly entered the forest, but her spirit had resisted, and now she was trapped between the mortal world and the realm of the Guardian. If she does not yield, the Guardian warned, the curse will awaken fully. Adaeze could not bear to see her friend lost, and so with a heavy heart she made a choice. "Take me instead," she offered, her voice firm and steady. The Guardian's gaze softened, but there was no mercy in its eyes. "To break the pact, you must offer something of equal value," the Guardian said. "What will you sacrifice?" Without hesitation, Adaeze made the ultimate sacrifice. "I offer my womb, my ability to bear children. I offer the life that could have been mine to give." The shadows recoiled as the air shimmered with a strange energy. Adaeze felt her body tremble as the bond between her and Amara deepened in that moment. Two souls entwined forever. The web of light and shadow that had ensnared Amara began to unravel, and the forest seemed to exhale in relief. Amara, fresh from the realm, collapsed into Adaeze's arms, tears streaming down her face. She had seen the sacrifice Adaeze had made, and her heart broke. She could not bear the thought of ever being with a man, or ever having children, knowing what Adaeze had given up for her. She made a vow that night, beneath the moon, that she would never marry, never bear children. She would live the rest of her life as Adaeze had, honoring the sacrifice her friend had made for them both. When Adaeze and Amara returned to the village, the first light of dawn was breaking. The villagers who had feared the curse would awaken were astonished to see them return alive, but changed. The curse had not come to pass, but the price had been paid. Adaeze's sacrifice became the heart of a new tradition in Nkata. The Moonlit Daughters were no longer bound by the ancient pact. The villagers, inspired by Adaeze's courage and Amara's vow, began a new celebration. A dance not to appease the curse, but to honor the resilience of their people. The sacrifice is made, and the unbreakable bond between the Moonlit Daughters. Under every moon, Adaeze and Amara would sit together beneath the ancient bamboo tree, watching the dance. They knew that their lives, though forever altered, had forged a new path for the village, a path where love, sacrifice, and courage would forever be their guide.
A new dawn rises for all of mankind. Oh, the moonlit daughters, we dance, we sing. Bound by the moon to the heavens we cling. With every step, with every breath, we honor the past, we defy death. So the moon forever will be the moonlit daughters, wild and free.